I am cooking the pig right here, right now. First, I'm gonna just jump back to some footage from the other day when I was building the pig cooker. What you doing, just hanging out down here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see how it needs to slide out here?
Yeah.
So slide this end out. Go slow, easy, real easy, okay? This pig cooker I'm building, well, first of all, it's huge. I think I could cook 2 of mine in here, but I know it could handle a full-size pig, so that's what I wanted. I've got my eye on this guy right here for this barbecue. He's the bigger of the siblings here. As you can see, my pig cooker is cooking away here. It's made out of cinder block. I have the top covered with boards, plywood, and cardboard to make it tight enough. I'll show you my thermometer setup. These are little thermometers. I have 2 of them. I bought these on Amazon. One here and one in this corner, so I can get kind of a variety of temperature checks. And right now this thermometer, if you can see it, is just about right where I want it. I'm tolerant of a range as low as 200, as high as 300. We're right where I want it, 225. I have a pile of hardwood over here. This is red oak. Probably one of the best woods for smoking and cooking a whole pig. Now granted, I'm no expert in this. I'm really showing you what I'm doing. And I think the cool thing about my perspective on this is that I am a novice. I want to inspire other people to have events like this. I'm gonna take a nice log out of here and walk over to my ember maker. And this is just a 55-gallon barrel on top. And the 55-gallon barrel is on top of a little dual purpose heater unit. It's basically just a quarter or a third of a barrel with a little door on the front. So the barrel is sitting on top of this little heater unit. This thing can both be used for this purpose. It also can be used for boiling water. We did that just the other day when we killed the pig. We actually lit a fire down here, filled a barrel with water up here, and we boiled about 40 gallons of water. The top of this little heater unit on the bottom has 4 big triangles cut and folded down, kind of like pizza slices. And so the only thing remaining is an X about 3 inches wide of metal on what was the bottom of that old barrel. The purpose of this, the purpose of that X in this application is to allow a fire to burn up on top with big chunks of wood, and then as the fire burns down, the wood shifts down, and on the bottom you have completely burnt, charred cinders of wood, and those drop down through that really big grate, you might call it, down here, and that's what we use to cook the pig. This is actually a pretty common way to cook a pig. A lot of people think, oh, you need charcoal. This is actually what a lot of people do if you look in Georgia, South Carolina, at these old traditional barbecue pits, is they burn hardwood and they shovel the embers underneath, and that not only provides the heat, it also provides all of the smoke. Along the bottom of my cooker here, I have a header, and this little header is made out of 2 pieces of angle iron. So this is the angle iron, here to here. It's this wide, and it sits on top here, and it sits on top here, and there's another one right inside here. And so those create a little door right here that I can load coals into without taking the whole top off. You're gonna get a nice shovel full of those embers, and I'm gonna spread them mostly under the shoulders and under the hams. And the reason for that is those are the thickest parts of meat. That's where you want the most heat. And then as your embers cook down to nothing, you can kind of rake them to the middle. I'm spreading some embers through the whole thing, but I'm mostly putting it toward the ends. I'm gonna close this opening up most of the way.
I want to
You can experiment with leaving ventilation cracks above and below. You want some ventilation, but I'm gonna close it up and just leave a little gap and then watch my temperature. This setup is a temporary setup. It's something you could put up in your yard and then take back down. And so the block are stacked without any mortar, which frequently is, I've seen that frequently done. And I have chosen to insulate these blocks. You could use earth if it was in a place you were gonna leave it for a long time. I have actually used fairly thickly packed grass clippings. All right, the pig's been cooking for 5 hours now, and this is the first time I'm actually looking at it. So we're gonna take a peek at that pig, and it looks amazing, honestly. I've set out my top run of block just about an inch here, and I have 6 pieces of rebar running across on that shelf from there to there. On top of that, I have a folded piece of remesh, which is concrete reinforcement mesh, and the pig is sitting on that. You'll notice when I pulled the cover off, I had the pig splayed, which means it split all the way down and open completely up. In order to do that, you have to split the backbone. Now you'll also notice it's laying on its back with its skin still on it and its skin down. Now, a lot of people will say this is the wrong way to do it, and I'm not gonna tell you it's the right way to do it. There are people who insist this is the best way to cook a pig. Most people I've seen cook it rib side or meat side down for the majority of the cook time, and then they flip it on its back. We're loading up the fire barrel again, and I've found so far I have to pretty much load it constantly, keep it loaded, and then when it burns down, I'm shoveling embers. I think I put a good 3 shovelings of embers on under it, no 4, and to keep the temperature up in 5 hours. About once an hour I'm putting embers under it.
That looks
I'm
real.
reenacting cutting the first piece off this pig here. My hams are done back here, so I took this off. It's been, I started at 5, it's 2, who can do math?
5 a.m.
5 a.m. and now it's 2 p.m.
9.
9 hours.
Ish.
So it's been 9 hours. My hams are about 166, and then my shoulders are in the 150s, and then probably do an hour is my plan. Who wants to taste a piece of this?
I do.
So I'm reaching through my little door here, and I'm just moving my fire. I'm just scraping those coals down to this end down here. I've moved most of it already. All right, we moved our fire.
Now you're a real man.
Not because I moved the fire though.
No, because you cooked a whole hog.
So cool. I'll need a container for like stock bones and fat to make some serious stock brew. I honestly don't know what to do with the whole pig.
Eat it.
I mean, yeah, I got that. No, let's see.
What's the plan?
We are pulling the hams and we're slicing the shoulders, and that's because the hams ended up getting to a higher temperature, and so they're going to be easier to pull. Go for it. I think that this pig cooking has turned out to be a huge success, and we are honestly thrilled. I don't think this was a very good instructional video because I was so distracted by the event and the crowd and the party. Thank y'all for watching though, and I hope you learned something. You have a great night.